Alright, this is Keywielder Oblivion. So Paris Games Week, that for PlayStation just ended, and we got some good stuff. At the end of this video, I'll just list off a bunch of games that I'm also hyped for, but I'm focusing on the Final Fantasy 15 episode Ignis trailer, and we got some good information. And as this live stream was happening, while this trailer was playing, I was continuously like, stop showing us stuff, stop showing us stuff. But you know, it's a trailer, it's news, and I do watch trailers and stuff. I don't like spoilers when games get spoiled by other people, but official trailers I'll watch even if it has spoilers and stuff. And I think there's been a lot of spoilers in this. So let's get into this. I guess I'll analyze this trailer also. And first we start off with young Regis, which is crazy. This makes me feel like we're gonna go, it's not gonna only be about what happened to Ignis, and then we see young Noctis, and we're guessing Ignis also. Maybe it's a little older Ignis, but I don't know how young Ignis could get. But from the anime we saw that he's pretty older than Noctis. Well, actually around the same age, so this could be okay. So Ignis could be a little bit older than Noctis, but not too much. So this age thing looks good. So we see that it's Regis, and Ignis is shaking Noctis's hand because they're around the same age, and it does make sense. Obviously Ignis is a slight bit older. And then we just get into this. I really think that we're not only gonna see what happened to Ignis, or play through what happened to Ignis during this part, but like during the attack on Articia. But maybe we'll get some backstory, like how Prompto had like a flashback of himself, but we may get to play that. So let's get into the gameplay sections. We see Ignis just driving in on a boat. First he was floating on a piece of raft or whatever, and piece of board. And then one person that pointed this out was, in the actual game, when Titan was fighting Leviathan, he was only summoned, and then he fought Leviathan, made that big rock thing. But right here we see Titan actually fighting some Magita, which didn't happen in the actual game. So I'm guessing this is after Titan fought Leviathan and Noctis got knocked out. Titan then stayed around more. I don't know if he vanished in the actual game, but he probably didn't. So this is significantly after Noctis is already out, so he's already knocked out and everything, and Leviathan is already defeated. And then we see Ignis with some grappling hook, and then we go to the gameplay. It's so awesome. So I just want y'all to know that in this after I play episode Ignis, I'm gonna replay the entirety of Final Fantasy 15. Then I'm gonna give a review of Final Fantasy 15 and all the episodes and all the DLC combined, because we got comrades and stuff, and we'll see if Final Fantasy 15 actually got way better, which it did. Agreeably it did. So then we see the combat with Ignis, and it's so amazing. In a previous trailer we actually got revealed that Ravis was gonna be here, which is awesome, and we get to see Ignis combat looks so fun. Gladio was so fun. I didn't like Prompto's that much, but his special attacks was awesome and stuff. Prompto had the better story out of Gladio and Prompto, but Gladio had better gameplay, and now it looks like Ignis may have the best of both worlds and may put everything to shame. And we get playing of Ravis. That was probably his just technique bar that we see. And then Ravis, sad about his sister Luna. He was right there. This is obviously before Ravis died in chapter 13 by Aryden pretending to be Noctis. And then the crazy part comes where everyone got so hyped, and the spoilers went to 1,000, over 9,000 actually. Ignis puts on the ring, and then we see his sight disappear. So we finally know what happened to Ignis's sight, even though we didn't get it yet. They spoiled so much, so I'm hoping there's so much other stuff that we haven't seen. Then at the end he offers Ignis to come with him. Aryden offers Ignis to go with him. So I feel like there's something else that we're not knowing. Something else that Ignis did with Aryden. And what is Aryden holding in his hand? That's like some darkness. Why is he holding a bunch of darkness in his hand? I don't know. I don't understand what that is. I'm guessing Ignis still has the ring on his finger. He lost his eyesight and everything. It's kind of weird, but I want to know what happens after this, what Aryden did. I feel like we're gonna get Arden's plot completely fleshed out in this thing, because we saw Aryden just following Prompto at the end of episode, Prompto messing with everyone, and then maybe we'll get some more background information on Aryden. Luna is obviously dead completely, so forget that. Ravis, he's sad. Hopefully some feels will go into there. And Ignis combat looks so good. It's just so good. I can't wait to replay Final Fantasy 15 with all 3 episodes also. So subscribe to my channel to see that awesome epic streaming session of me just playing the entire game. Of course there'll be multiple streams, but subscribe to my channel if y'all want to see that. And then I'll have a review, a separate video review of the entire game at post every DLC. And then that's it. That's all I had to talk about. Oh yeah, I want to say, so some other interesting stuff from Paris Games Week. I'm not gonna put separate videos up on my channel, but Spider-Man, that looks amazing. I just watched Spider-Man Homecoming yesterday, and oh my gosh, it was so good. And now I'm getting another Spider-Man. Some of these games I may not get as soon as they come out, obviously, because that's a lot of money. But Monster Hunter World is amazing. That's definitely one I want to pick up. Detroit Becomes Human, I always put this game off, and I was like, that doesn't look that interesting. But this, what we saw in this Detroit Becomes Human, that's a must have for me now. So much branching options that you saw after everything happened. And that's what God of War, yes, I wasn't a big fan of God of War. I did play God of War 1, didn't finish it because I was a kid, and yeah, God of War 3 I played was really good, but I didn't get into it too much. I finished it and everything, but like, I don't like the far camera angles from the actual combat. Combat was obviously awesome. The story was in God of War 3, but it was fun. The combat was fun, the game was fun, but I hate the far back camera angles that they have. But this God of War is amazing. I just love it. I love combat like that. I love the camera up and close personal, and the combat was fluid and everything. This looks like a God of War game I can get on board with, even though I played pretty much 2 of them. Didn't finish the first one, but finished the third one. Okay, so next, what do we have after Spider-Man, God of War, Detroit Becomes Human? We have The Last of Us Part 2. That was so gritty, so crazy. I was actually watching my favorite YouTuber stream Paris Games Week, so the volume was kind of low. I would have known it was The Last of Us if I had heard that person say clip her wings. Obviously the firefly, that was a reference and everything like that, so I would have known it was The Last of Us. But without perfect volume, I was like, this has to be Days Gone. And then we saw the zombie run, and I was like, yeah, definitely Days Gone. And then they just put us with the title, and it was, what? That's The Last of Us? What is going on? It looks so good. The story is obviously going to be awesome. This is part 2, so obviously I have to get it, a continuation of what happened in part 1. And like, we didn't get gameplay, but man, it's good. It's all good. So those were the things I was really excited for. One thing I was surprised for is that PlayStation and Sony, they're supporting their VR. I was not expecting VR to be like this. PlayStation is supporting VR more than all those other brands are supporting VR, and this is amazing because I always wanted to get into VR, but I was like, nope, because it looks like that was just a thing that just happened and everyone was hyped, but then the hype died down. No, people are actually supporting VR, which means their game's going to be there. And yes, now that I'm sure that they are actually having games on VR, it's not going to be just 1 or 2 foolishness. Yes, I want to get it, but of course that will be sometime way in the future. Hopefully they come out with a PSVR 2 by the time I can actually want to get the VR. And when they showed off episode Ignis, tell me if I'm wrong, but they did have the VR, PlayStation VR posted at the top left hand of the screen. So I think episode Ignis is supposed to be also on PSVR, and that's why they showed it on the PlayStation conference. But maybe that was editing error on their part or whatever. But leave a like, leave a comment if you like this. Subscribe to my channel. I do everything mainly Square Enix games, and I love RPGs like The Witcher and stuff like that. Pretty much action adventure RPGs, any type of RPG games. Stay tuned to this channel and you love it. Any story driven game, obviously. So thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm Key Wielder Oblivion, and I'm out.